Let's see.
Now, Tom, I'll be honest with you, I was looking for the March 15 minutes. I couldn't find them.
I don't recall getting them either. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I saw them.
Okay. Yeah. No,
we can double check with Fran, but I don't remember seeing them. No.
Yeah, no.
But-
I didn't see them. So,
it's great that we're finally getting some staff, but now I'm starting to, trying to remember who sent what email. I was getting.
Yeah, new names to remember.
yeah, really getting some staff.
Yeah.
Hi, Sinead.
Hi, Sinead.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sinead.
Hi.
Fran, is she on? I think she is, right?
Yes.
Okay, Fran, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's your video.
Fran, we were just discussing, we don't recall getting minutes from March 15th. Are we still waiting for those?
Yeah, I'm looking now. It looks like they weren't sent out, but we can have them sent out and you could vote on them at the next meeting if that
Sure,
works.
no problem. We were just
That's
discussing
fine.
that we didn't recall getting them, so, but
Okay.
sometimes we get them right after the last meeting and like, whoops.
Yep.
Especially, we know who used to do that. We'll have to go back and look.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
So we have a new planner on the line that you guys can all meet. If
Okay,
Peter,
yeah, we
turn
can
your-
email today.
Yeah, he is online.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, my name's Peter. Nice to meet you.
Oh, there he is.
Peter, nice to meet you.
Peter,
Welcome
nice to
aboard.
meet you.
Yeah,
Nice to
good
meet
luck.
you.
Welcome.
Welcome and good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Fran, are you ready to go? I guess 6:32.
Yes. And is it Dylan who's running this meeting tonight?
Okay, oh, it is Dylan. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yep.
You ready to go, Dylan?
I'm ready to go.
It's right here.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Good evening. Welcome to the Lowell Planning Board for Monday, April 5th, 2021. And I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first matter on the agenda this evening is we have a matter that's been continued, which is a special permit and a site plan review for 60 Fletcher Street. Kazanjian Enterprise has applied for site plan review and special permit approval to rehabilitate the existing structure at the above address and convert it into a bank and office building. The property is in an urban mixed-use zoning district in the downtown Lowell Historic District. The conversion requires site plan review approval per section 11.4 to modify a parking lot with more than 14 parking spaces and a special permit approval per section 12.4 G2 for the proposed drive-through teller. May we hear from the applicant, please?
Sure. Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. For the record, my name is Brian Melissi. I am an engineer with Whitman and Bingham Associates, here representing Kazanjian Enterprises. I believe the last time we were in front of you, we were asked to provide a traffic report for the egresses coming in off of Dutton Street. My client did speak with Bayside Engineering, who's preparing the traffic report, and he said due to vacations, he just doesn't have the report wrapped up yet. We're expecting that this week, so I'm here to officially ask for your indulgence and your patience and maybe provide us a continuance to your next meeting when we can provide that, hopefully well in advance of that meeting.
Okay, so the request and continuance, so that would be our next meeting, I believe, is on the Thursday night because of April vacation, correct? Is that
April 22nd. April 22nd. Mr. Chairman.
April, that's what I thought. Okay, April 22nd. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a
Sure.
question?
Absolutely, Mr. Fischett.
Brian, this, you mentioned the traffic firm was asked to look at the egress and entry of the site, but are they also going to provide some input on the flow within the site? Because obviously that was one of the challenges with the
Oh,
drive-through and the entrance and exit. I just want to make sure that's incorporated in the study.
Yeah, they are. I didn't mean to paraphrase, but yeah, certainly, the location of the egress as well as how the whole site works, correct. And I think
Circulation
one of the other major issues that the board had brought up was some of the pedestrian flow in and around the site, which is, I'm kind of waiting for that report, obviously, to see what they say, so we can kind of incorporate those changes or those comments into our site plan. So
Okay.
to answer your question, yes, they are looking at that.
Okay, no, I just didn't want to have this time go past and then somehow there was a disconnect there. So good, thank you.
Any other board members, excuse me, any other board members have any questions or comments?
No.
And if I may, Mr. Chairman, I do know,
Yes, go ahead,
I
Brian.
think one of the members last time had some questions regarding the exterior of the building and how that's going to look. So we have the architect teed up to go to the next meeting. I didn't think to invite him tonight only because we were asking for the continuance. So I will have him on the call the next time and we'll be able to cover all those as well.
Okay, thank you. Fran, you still with us?
Yes.
Okay, so I know we've continued this a couple of times, so I know sometimes, Brian, once we've continued it a couple of times, you have to sign a waiver to continue it out further, because if we don't act within a certain time period, the matter is deemed accepted.
Right.
So is that something, Brian, that you can, that if Fran sends it over to you, you can sign that tomorrow and we'll be all set with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
acceptable.
we
Okay.
appreciate you kind of
Yeah,
indulging us on
yeah.
that, but yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah.
No,
So I mean, even though you may ask for continuance, it can grant you continuance, the courts still tell us we still need the waiver. Even though you've asked for it on the record, we approved it on the record, they say that's not good enough, we need the written file. We're like, okay, so.
Understood.
So being a lawyer, I guess I have to follow what I read in the law, so. So there's a motion to continue the matter to the April 22nd meeting. And the applicant has indicated that they will sign the waiver to extend the time period. As a result of that, I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so motion is made and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Hearing none, that matter is approved. Good luck, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you again.
Good.
Hey, thank you, Brian.
Have a great night.
You too, thank you. Moving along on the agenda, we have a special permit in the site plan for 302, 308 Nesmith Street. Anthony Barabino has applied to the Lowell Planning Board for site plan review and special permit approval to construct a 3-family home at the above address. The subject property is located in the traditional multifamily zoning district and requires site plan review approval under section 11.4.23 for a parking lot that exceeds 4,000 square feet of impervious surface, and a special permit for under Article 12. We've been informed that the applicant has requested withdrawn. I don't know if the applicant's on the line or if we just received the notice to withdraw. I know I believe Matt Ham is the one who sent the communication to the planning staff, and that was forwarded to us today.
Yeah, I don't see him on the line.
Okay,
He did submit the.
yeah. So I was reading what he sent to us, and I was looking to see, and if anybody knows better than me can help me out here. He didn't indicate whether he wanted it with or without prejudice or not. Most of the times they request that. Just, if he said that, or if he just said he wanted to withdraw it. I mean, what I think was forwarded to us, it didn't mention the words without prejudice.
He did not.
Okay.
He did not address that.
Yeah, because he's usually pretty good about knowing the regulations, whether he wants it without prejudice or not. So, okay, that was the only question I had. Any of the board members have any questions? Anything like to add? I don't have a problem with the letting them withdraw it. Usually they do emphasize whether they want with prejudice or without prejudice, but I mean, I don't think if we vote without prejudice to make a difference if he wants to come back or not. That's the only main difference is if it's with prejudice, he has to wait. I think the time period is approximately a couple of years now. If not, without
Yeah.
prejudice, if they want to bring it back, they can bring it back. So
I believe the decision was made after they consulted with the city's stormwater management team. So I believe they're withdrawing so that they can make revisions to their application.
oh, they're gonna make revisions? Okay, all right. So if that's the case, then any of the board members want to be heard? If not, I'd make a motion to let them withdraw without prejudice.
I'll second that.
Okay. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to withdraw without prejudice. Motion been second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, that motion is approved and the matter's been withdrawn without prejudice. Moving along the agenda.
Oh, could we interrupt you for a second, a community member?
Sure, what's it about?
I'm
Is it on
sorry,
the-
my name is Ron, and we're joining the meeting here along with my husband. We're abutters to this property, and so could you explain to us kindly what withdrawn means?
That means the applicant does not want to go forward at this point in time. So they would have to, they request to withdraw the matter. So if they want the matter to go forward again in the future, they would have to publicize it again, advertise it, and then request to be put back on the agenda.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, so anybody else have any questions or comments on that matter? Okay, if not, we'll move along. On anybody from on the board member, anything for other business? How many notices? Any board members?
Historic Board, there's been no activity. Our next meeting is April 12th.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have any comments or anything from staff? If not, now we,
I have
sure, go ahead.
some updates from the Community Preservation Committee.
Sure.
We met on March 25th, and we reviewed draft material that would be the community preservation plan. I think that will ultimately go through the city council to be adopted. But I do have a couple of updates from our meeting. We're holding a public hearing for the community preservation plan on April 29th at 6:30. So it's like a Thursday night at 6:30 for the community to have input on the plan, and that will be before it's submitted. So if anyone here tonight or anyone listening wants to come out to voice some opinions, we'd be happy to hear that and take that into consideration. And I think following that meeting, there'll be a survey, like an online survey that goes out to kind of understand what the people of Lowell are interested in these funds being allocated towards. So I think, like I described it the last time, it's for affordable housing, open space, parks and recreation, and historic preservation is where the funds will ultimately get distributed across. So it's kind of to get the interest of, where the people of Lowell think that the funds should be allocated. So we're looking for some feedback there. So when I do have the survey, I can send it out to this group, but I wanted to just kind of state it here tonight.
So when
And then the other,
I'm sorry, on your meeting, is that
No,
going to
it's
be on a Zoom thing, or how is that your meeting to take place?
yeah, I think everything right now is the way we're having our meeting tonight.
Okay.
Everything's been on Zoom. So I think it'll continue to be online meetings until further notice.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And we also, our regular meeting schedule hasn't been established, but we kind of agreed that Thursdays, the last Thursday of every month, right now is when we'll be meeting. So it'll be Thursdays at 6:30, the last one of every month, to kind of avoid other public meeting dates that are Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And I think for this year, it sounds like we might be meeting monthly. So I think our April meeting will be that public meeting. And then maybe next year, I think we have to meet a maximum or a minimum amount of times of 6. So I think we might not have to meet next year, say 12 times, but I think this year it might be that we're meeting up to 12 times monthly. And those are the big updates. And just as a reminder, I think I shared it back at maybe one of our February meetings, that in June, we expect we might be accepting eligibility applications and then accepting full applications by July. So the timing is a little bit more towards the summer this year and making decisions in November. But we're hoping to be kind of up and running by June. So those are my updates.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other board members have any further comments or notices or anything? Anything from staff? Anything from the, Dylan or Fran or Jess or Peter?
I don't have any updates for you all.
Okay. And again, at this time, like, again, would like to welcome Peter, obviously, on,
Yeah.
we just got the email he started recently, and you said we'd be seeing him at, future board meetings, and, this is the near future. Tonight was, like, we have him join us, so Peter, usually our meetings aren't this quick. And they're usually a little more, they're usually a little longer, and
Sure.
we have been known to go late into the night. I think the latest that Richard and Jerry will remember is was 12:30, almost 1 o'clock, but we don't do that too often.
Well, we don't do that.
And I can remember that was back in 07, no, 06. Yeah. But yeah, some of those when we had 5 public hearings on. But
Okay.
yeah, so usually we try to control the agenda a little bit more than that now, because usually they try to throw us out of City Hall before at 11. So now we tried to cut down on it, and I do a good job with speaking with planning staff, and planning staff responds to me. Once the agenda gets a little bit too full, I tell them to notify me, and we try to space things out a little bit better. So hopefully we won't have any of those lengthy meetings in the future.
Sure.
So if nobody else had any further comments, we could adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion's made by Mr. Bichette, second by Mr. Lockhart. All in favor, say aye.
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 Chair votes yes. Any opposition? Hearing none. We are adjourned. Good night, and thank you very much, everybody.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a
Good
good night.
night.
Thank
See you in a
you.
couple
Good night,
weeks.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night.